Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later.
It's not like she was heavy.
Along with the rest of the murder scene.
Okay, that's just a little... Wait.
Rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
Why do you look so angry? Almost like you missed something.
I believe I do.
Hey Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Do I need your permission to make a discussion?
Come on, Makoto.
Oh, my name's Makoto.
If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Yeah, I've got some proof. Let me just select it. Okay. Let's see. Danganronpa dumbbell. Mondo's account. Main inbox. Genocide Jack. Shit. It could be one of these. I think the carpet. Yes. No. First I have to prove that the scenes were switched. Ah, shit. Yeah, but wasn't the carpet switched? I mean, Sakura-chan said that she spilt coffee powder on the carpet in the girls' room, but we found a stain in the boys' room. And, this one's the switch.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
Yeah, sometimes a little piece of evidence can actually mean a lot.
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange?
Boobies!
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
Boobies!
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Go back to your blog.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
Gay!
Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You
The
know
carpet.
what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Stop winking at me when you're talking about protein.
Protein coffee?
Yes, protein coffee. It's not a milkshake.
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet.
I noticed Sakura-chan when she didn't have her arms folded, she had boobs. I wanted to wait until she opened her arm again to mention it, because she's always standing like this, she's hiding her boobs. She's actually got massive boobs. Don't ask how I noticed this. Let's not talk about it.
But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain
There we go.
from my
See those
protein
boobs?
coffee.
See? The boobs? Massive. What the fuck do I even care?
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
Probably.
Why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible. Don't
Wait,
you
so
think?
Chihiro was killed in the boys' locker room? So did someone drag Chihiro, get her in a chokehold, and take her to the boys' locker room, kill her, and then take it to the girls' one?
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
To throw us off guard and make us think that a girl did it, instead of a boy.
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
Someone dragged her in there.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Okay, say something
I
useful.
highly doubt that.
High five.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
The e-cards of the dead people.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah, I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
Nah,
She was the ultimate programmer after all.
I don't think hacking is
Sure,
allowed.
It would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Ah, you give.
What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Boom, 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 boom.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah. Even when he's right, he's wrong.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
You disappointed Sakura-chan.
Yes. Isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Only borrowing, not taking.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one.
Sorry, loaning, not borrowing.
In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Oh, just take it.
Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Yeah, nugget.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
With what computer?
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts glaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook,
Why are you still winking at me, Sakura-chan?
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Wait, but you have to have... Wait. Oh. Oh yeah, the Gatling gun's there. So if a boy tried to get into the girls' locker room, he would have been shot. If a girl tried to get into the boys' locker room, she would have been shot. If you're dragging someone into the locker room against their own will, would they have been shot? Probably. But what if they were murdered outside the locker rooms and then... No, that wouldn't explain the posters. Wait, so Leon's dead, Junko's dead, Sayaka's dead. Leon was the only guy. Shit.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Oh, we might be in a pickle. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
I
Okay.
agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say?
Hey, just let her finish.
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
She went from the pool? Where there's no Gatling gun?
what?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
The roof?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait, can we just leave the trial?
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Yeah, I'm with Monokuma on this
Don't
one.
worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
She's a keeper.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
She knows how to push the buttons. I like that. I like her.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
He's so cute.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
I like her. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was... We're back.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
No. 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 Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I'm not the only one thinking this. I'm not even gonna say what I'm thinking, but are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
Okay, someone tie up Hifume on the corner or something, because this guy's gonna get grabby.
No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
Oh, thank God. I thought he was gonna touch a poor dead girl.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm freaked out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
I admire your determination, Oh God, you see, I'm actually getting chilled. I got goosebumps. But, Sakura-chan, you know what? You just do it, and you tell me what it feels. I mean, what you find out.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
If I was in this situation, I would just tell them what I'm thinking. And if I was wrong, I would probably just get slapped a few times and maybe punched in the nose once or twice.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her.
It wouldn't.
So just leave this to me.
Did she just wink at me again? Sakura-chan, if you know what I'm thinking, this is not appropriate at this given time. Talk to you in about 5 minutes.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Okay, get back to your blog, Tumblr.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Get back to your donut.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine
Be
her
sure
body.
to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Why can't you just tell them, Kirigiri, instead of being like, examine her entire body and getting Yamada all excited?
Her entire body? I know you say that, but...
Yeah.
What? This is... What is this?
Oh, shh. I think I was correct.
What is it? Not possible. It's not possible.
Oh god, she's turning Super Saiyan. Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is...
Is what?
Is a boy!
Oh fuck. We were hitting on a... We even went on a date.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Think you for confirming this fact.
Why the fuck do you look so happy?
What?
That is the appropriate reaction.
You're joking, right?
No.
I wouldn't joke about this.
Okay, just calm down before your hair turns yellow.
Ben, it's really true?
Yeah, she's a trap.
Chihiro was a guy?
Yes, and we hit on her. I need some vodka.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
Shut up, perverted Monokuma.
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Kyoko, can I just ask a serious question? How thoroughly did you examine the body? That's what I thought.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yeah, let's.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Yes, we know that. Yes, I know. To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. I know. Look, my bad. I reckon... I'll get you another one. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
So a guy killed him.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Well, unfortunately, I think the handbooks assign your birth gender rather than your, desired gender.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
Okay, guys, before you start commenting with your whole equality, you are whatever gender you want to be, this is a video game and leave Monokuma to his thing.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
So you were checking out his boobs.
This is the most titillating situation!
Shut up, Jill.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
So did you kill him or not?
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
Okay, if he is the killer, he deserves an Oscar for acting surprised.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
I'm having doubts because he seemed surprised when we mentioned that it was a boy.
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
Which means we're screwed.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Either that or he's a psychopath.
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it.
Or maybe he did that because he knew we would think that way, and then we would assume he wouldn't do that, which is why he would do it to throw us off the trail. Oh god, this is gonna get too complicated in my head.
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you.
Or he pretended like he was convinced it was in the girls' locker room so he could pretend to be shocked when we found out it was in the boys' locker room, and then we would think he was innocent, which would make him the perfect serial killer.
And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy.
But if it was acting, it'd be
If you
perfect.
really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
But he would have known that, which is why he would have acted it, which would make him seem innocent like it does now.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Oh god, you're still a dick.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
You altered the crime scene after you discovered the body. Oh, you are a dick.
Are you fucking with us right now?
I don't think he is.
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
I don't. He's a dick.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
He's a dick.
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
Daddy didn't hug him enough.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
If we keep listening to you, we're all gonna end up dead, so sit back in your corner.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
This is a game of life and death.
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you just change your mind depending on what other people think?
Do you not have a mind of your own?
I agree with Ishimaru.
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
No, you're more a parasite.
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
If Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who committed the crime?
The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No, he's wrong.
He said something wrong. Was it a
Hold
blue
on a
track?
second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Celeste mentioned that Chihiro had a tracksuit in the duffel bag. She never mentioned what